I'm Lisa Marie. Welcome to my channel, Living My Best Life, where I help you live yours. Hi friends, today we're going to do something a little bit different. I think trying new things is all about living your best life and not being afraid to fail, and if you do, it's okay. So I started a vegetable garden in containers inspired by Dan from Dan's Permaculture Food Forest, and I'm going to show you a little update today, so let's go. This is just a little footage from when I first was cleaning up my patio and getting it ready so that I could make it look nicer and start planting my garden. And you'll see there's stuff everywhere. It was such a mess. And if you're interested, I made a video in fast motion of me cleaning it up and getting rid of all the leaves and everything. And I'll link that here in the cards and down below as well if you'd like to watch that. But this is just showing you what I was working with and what the area looked like. And now you're getting a peek of what it looked like after I finished cleaning and just the beginning of setting things up. Nowhere near done, but kind of like a middle point of me just trying to set things up. It wasn't final by any means. I hadn't made the fence permanent. I was just literally trying to map it out and see where things were going to go and how they would fit. And you'll see here the plants are in their little containers that I got them in, and I do have some seedlings that I started using little toilet paper roll, and I hadn't moved them into bigger pots or anything, and they're still pretty small looking at it right there, but they had to sit somewhere. I had to be able to keep an eye on them and water them and so forth, but the patio is starting to look cleaned up at this point, much better than before. And these shots right here are of where it stands right now. Of course, I reserve the right to change things, but I got some flowers for Mother's Day, so those are right there at the entrance to this area, and I now have the fence permanently placed. And I did this so I could open the door and let my dogs out without having them run away, because we live in the woods, and so we'd never be able to find them if they got in there. And everything is nice and clean now, and I've got all my pots out. Not all of them have been planted yet. I have this tire here. We had an extra tire, and I put a trellis for tomatoes there, so I do plan to put some tomatoes there. I've started them as seedlings, and I still have plants over on that bar. I've got some hanging ferns, which I think I had before as well, and just trying to make the place look nice. Those containers you see are the ones I'm going to eventually plant my vegetables in, and these right here that you see, I have got these baskets from Dollar Tree, and I saw in a YouTube video where you cut out sections of it and then you put them in solid baskets, and you can grow like root vegetables like potatoes and sweet potatoes and carrots. It makes for an easier harvest instead of digging. I'm going out of town for about 5 days, so I didn't want to start them until I get back, so I'll be doing that in another week or so. I'm also starting a little compost pile in this red container. So I've got leaves that I had picked up. I have coffee grounds. I'll add some eggshells. I put a little dirt in there just to have something to stir it up. Whenever I find worms, I'm going to throw them in there as well, and then I can add them to my plants and help give them some more nutrients. And we're back to my plants. There's some lavender right here, those two in the front, and then we've got cucumber, zucchini, and squash right there. And behind we've got some peppers, and I put some stakes in there to help them grow more upward. I might need to get like a little trellis or something. You see the stakes? Those are actually just shish kebab stakes that I had in the kitchen. And then I've got some green onions and some oregano, and then there's my romaine lettuce, and just behind it and next to it is kale. And the romaine is growing really nice. And then there's seedlings that has a lot of different things in there. So the first one has some spinach right there, and those are the little toilet paper rolls I used. And then here are some peas in a pod. Hopefully those will take off. And then I have some tomatoes that would get moved eventually. And over here I have some mustard greens because Dan really recommends those. They're very hearty and nutritious, and they grow well. And then some more tomatoes, different kind. Those are kind of like Roma tomatoes. And these are grow lights I ordered on Amazon with a gift card I got for Mother's Day, so that if I needed to bring something in the house while it's first growing, I have the ability to do that. And it's got 3 stems on it, and that should come in handy. I love the color. It just looks kind of cool, doesn't it? And then we're back outside here, and we've got some chilies. I've got banana peppers and Fresno chilies right there that are growing. That would be for my husband. I'm not a big fan. And then I have some basil. And then I have some chocolate mint over here. And I hear that snakes don't like mint, so that's why I bought that. But I've also heard it tastes good. And then I have some cilantro growing as well. I will be planting some other things, but that's kind of my starting garden. And then, up here hanging, these are strawberries. So I got 4 different strawberry plants, and they are just starting off, and I put them in a hanging basket. So hopefully they'll just flow over the top. I'm very happy with how it's turning out so far, but it's just so beautiful out here. And then knowing that I'm growing these plants, I'm very excited. I hope I don't kill them. I don't necessarily have a green thumb. I hope this motivates you to try something new, gardening or something else. In the meantime, this is what I get to sit outside and look at, and just, when I'm working in the little garden or just out here with my dogs. It's just gorgeous back here, the trees, and now that everything's green, you're just blinded by green, and then seeing the plants which will be transplanted. I will do another update video, and thanks for joining me today. I appreciate it. Kumbaya, if you're blandly pious and naively optimistic, like being a Pollyanna. Now you know, and you can be part of the conversation. See you next time. Bye.